Hopkinton Hillers girls lacrosse battled Bellingham on Monday, April 22nd. It was a 6-3 Hiller lead heading into the second half.
Loose ball along the far side. Hillers able to get to it as Mosier was there. Sent over by Bouvier. Goodman gets it over. Quebec out in front. Shot in. Rachel Bouvier strikes again. Okay, with it. Over to Mado. Mado looking to charge in. Takes it and got it. Another great goal there. Mado saw the opening. Takes advantage. The score comes exactly at 10 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Oh, batted down on the attempted pass. Mosier trying to pick it up, knocked loose. Hillers going to maintain, picked up by Lucy Mado. Mado gets it over, Bouvier. See Bellingham doubling up on Bouvier now when she gets towards the inside. There's a shot, and it's in! Avery, Quebec. What a shot there. Quebec just kind of stuck in. Was able to pop it in at 6:11 left to go in the third quarter. Out in front, and a nice feed and a great score. Abby Burke found Lucy Mado, and Mado finds the net. A little off the mark. Hiller is able to maintain. Out in front, Bouvier secures the hat trick. The Hillers are having a good streak of face-off wins. They're going to look to pile it on here. There's a shot. Lucy Mado nearly putting a hole in the back of the net with that one. Schuster with a free shot opportunity. Closes in, takes it, got it. Charlotte Schuster, the senior, makes it 13-6.
The Hillers net 7 goals in the third quarter and would end up taking the win 16-8. Hopkinton improved to 2-6. Bellingham fell to 1-6. On Tuesday, April 23rd, Hopkinton Hillers boys volleyball had their first meet in program history versus Attleboro. It was a back and forth battle the whole way through. The match went 5 sets, and the Hopkinton Hillers took the win in their first match in program history, 3-2. On Wednesday, April 24th, Hiller boys lacrosse hosted Norton. The Hillers struck early and often.
And Del Ponte with it now. Sneaking around, takes it, makes it. Logan Del Ponte with authority.
Quick twitch shot there, gets the goalie on the strong side, just not able to get his stick up for the deflection. Hopkinton will strike first. It's 9:42 left to go in this first quarter.
Goodman puts it into play. Del Ponte rushing in and makes the shot. He has 2 goals already.
Little underhand shot there for him. Might have found the 5-hole there a shine, and another goal here, 6:52 left to play, 2-0. Hopkinton leads it. Chase O'Donnell back into the game now as Norton gets possession and very short possession there for him.
Yeah, Jack Ciccarello had the turnover, but Lancers can't hang on. Quick pass in front, and putting it in, the junior, Sam O'Brien.
Those are things you saw Hopkinton do in warm-ups, just how well-oiled of a team they were. Super crisp passes, great finishes, and they just seem to have a lot of chemistry, right? Like, they're in the right place at the right time, and, you know, they know where their teammates are going to be, and they find them right when they need to.
Gets it back to Walkowitz. Walkowitz gets it up. And here comes Richardson, or actually, correction, number 9, O'Brien, and it's going to be put in, and that time it is Champlin. He's able to gather it up along the far side, gets it up to Del Ponte. Del Ponte closing in, and he just ripped the back of the net off. What a shot that was.
Hopkinton took the win over Norton 18-2. The Hillers improved to 7-1 on the season. On Friday, April 26, Hiller softball hosted Norton. It was a 1-0 Norton lead heading into the top of the second. Bella Tomeno on the call.
Gotten out there, but ball for Super Runners on first and second, 2 away, and the pitch is going to be lined into center field. Cutting it off is Arthur, shooting it, and cut off is going to be a little rocky. 2 runs will score after that line drive. Having trouble hitting her spot so far, but see if she can come back on the 2-0. And this one, almost identical to the last one's going to find that left field gap. Hitting the cut, trying to get an out at second, but they can't. Another run will score for the Lancers, as it is now 4-0.
Norton plates 3 more runs and would end up taking the 5-0 victory. Norton improves to 8-1 overall. The Hillers fall to 6-4 on the season. Also on April 26th, Hiller baseball hosted Norton. Hillers got things going in the bottom of the first.
Certainly happy to have her aboard to help us out with our busy spring schedule, as this is going to be a hit. That'll drop into left field, and here comes a few runs for the Hillers. That's going to be a 2 RBI base hit. Dylan Ruff and Nick Pedroli both scoring. 2 RBI single. Good piece of hitting there by Petruni. Ryan Lang hoping to continue this Hiller rally. And he's going to get a piece of this one. 1 run is in to score. And that's going to be a nice RBI single for Lang. Well, they get the scoreboard up and running now, which is always a big help. And he makes contact with this one, and that is going to drop in to right field, and another run will come around to score for the Hillers. And he gets a piece of this one over to center field. It's caught. Runner from third is going to tag and will score with ease. Sacrifice RBI flyout for Hatherley. But a great inning by the Hillers as they plate not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 runs. And they lead it 5-0 as we head to the top of the second.
They would end up taking the win 10-4. Hopkinton improved to 5-3 on the season. Norton falls to 2-7. In week 3 of the Hiller spring sports season, school may have been on break, but Hiller sports were in action. On Wednesday, April 17th, we had a Hiller baseball girls lacrosse doubleheader. 1-3 Hiller baseball met up with 3-3 North Attleboro for a noontime first pitch. The Hillers got things started in the bottom of the first.
Lined up and the pitch, and a A bunt there, picked up by Corsetti, and he fumbles it, and a run will score. So Will Morgan going to reach, and a tough ball to make a play on. I'm going to score that a single. We'll see what the officials score it, but Pedroli around to score.
Hillers leading 1-0 into the bottom of the second.
Out there pinch running, that's Dylan Ruff. And this is going to be a slow roller up the left side. Run will score, throw to first, not in time. And the lead runner heading to third, and that's where he will stop. But a nice piece of hitting by Pedroli, an infield single. Hatherley around to score.
A 2-0 Hiller lead heading into the top of the fourth.
Hatherley delivers. Swing and a miss, and he got him. Leg lift and the pitch. And there's strike three. Gets Silva swinging, 2 away. Wind up and the pitch. And there's strike three. Strikes out the side.
Derek Hatherley strikes out the side in the top of the inning, and the Hiller bats made some noise in the bottom of the fourth.
Leg lift and the pitch. He frames the bunt, and he got a piece of it. Up the third base line, throw to first, and it's thrown away. And Pedroli going to keep going over to second base, and he will safely reach. Hits that one in the air, over to center field. It'll drop in for a hit. And here comes another Hiller run. An RBI single for Mitch Simulus as Nick Pedroli around to score.
Hillers leading 3-0 into the top of the sixth. And Derek Hatherley had a perfect game and no-hitter going.
And he got him. Gets him looking. 1 away. And there is strike three. Got him looking. Another strikeout for Hatherley. Jake Rotzi coming to the plate. And this is up the middle. Glove by the shortstop. Throw to first. Not in time. And Rotzi reaches via the single to break up the no-hitter. Up the left side, nice play at short, throw to third, and they'll get the force out over at third. A rare 6-5 force out for out number 3.
The perfect game was broken up, but Hatherley pitched into the top of the seventh, looking to earn the complete game victory.
And he makes contact over to short, it's bobbled, and everybody's safe. Error there allows Martello to score. Bannon up to third. Hit in the air, and it is caught by the right fielder, Charlie Petruni. And Derek Hatherley pitches a complete game. What a brilliant pitching performance it was.
Hatherley didn't get the shutout, but the lone run would indeed go down as unearned as the Hillers take the very impressive win 3-1. Derek Hatherley pitched an absolute gem, going all 7 innings, giving up 2 hits, 1 unearned run, and struck out 11 hitters. Nick Pedroli was perfect at the plate. He went 4 for 4 with the bat. Pedroli scored 2 runs and drove in 1. The Hillers improved to 2-3 on the season. Hopkinton followed up with a 13-9 road win over Medfield on Monday, April 22nd, and currently stand at 3-3 overall. Hiller girls lacrosse also hit the field this past Wednesday for a makeup game with crosstown rival Ashland. It was a 9-5 Ashland lead heading into the third quarter.
Mosier feeds it to Quebec. Good pass in front, and Bouvier puts it in. Loose ball picked up by Bouvier. Bouvier, open field in front of her. Closing in, takes it and rips it in. The Hillers right back in the game. Page Tripp sends it back. Here's McGinnis. Takes it and makes it.
The Hillers got within 2 towards the beginning of the quarter, but Ashland would score 6 straight in the third and end up taking the game 18-7. The Hillers fell to 2-5. Ashland improves to 4-2. We had a Hillers vs. Algonquin Titans lacrosse doubleheader on Saturday, April 20th. To start the action off, the boys took the field for a 10 a.m. face-off. Both teams came into the game with a record of 4-1. The Hillers struck early and often and held a 5-1 lead with under 4 minutes left to go in the first quarter, but Algonquin stormed back. The quarter would end with the Hillers leading 6-4. About 90 seconds into the second quarter, Owen Champlin and the Hillers struck. Hillers go up 7-4, but Algonquin came back with a pair of goals of their own. It was a 7-6 Hiller lead heading into the halftime break. It remained a 7-6 game until just over 4 minutes left in the third quarter. Sam O'Brien snuck up the field so fast the cameras couldn't keep up. The goal put the Hillers up 8-6. Algonquin would respond with a goal of their own, and it was an 8-7 game heading into the final quarter. Algonquin came out firing in the fourth quarter. The Titans net a goal 38 seconds in to tie the game at 8 apiece. A little less than 5 minutes later, Owen Champlin finds Jake Guerin cutting down the middle. And boom, puts it in to make it a 9-8 game with 6:46 left to go. It stayed a 9-8 Hiller lead. Algonquin took their final timeout with 12 seconds left and looked to draw something up. And the shot is high and over, but they had a little time for another chance. Final shot of the game. Stuffed by goaltender Nate Burns, and the Hillers take the 9-8 win and improve to 5-1 on the season. John Sanda netted 3 goals for the Hillers in the win. Up next was the Hiller girls taking on Algonquin. Hillers leading 4-3 with under 3 minutes left in the first quarter. And the Hillers light up the Algonquin net. 3 straight goals, and it's 7-3 Hillers leading, but Algonquin struck back with 10 seconds left. It remained a 7-4 Hiller lead heading into the second quarter. In the second quarter, Algonquin nets a goal 24 seconds in to make it a 7-5 game. The Hillers responded with a pair of goals of their own to make it 9-5, but Algonquin would go on a streak for the rest of the quarter. They put in 4 straight goals, and at the halftime break, it was a 9-9 game. Algonquin kept the scoring streak going into the third quarter. They would net another 3 goals, and the Titans led 12-9 heading into the fourth quarter. After allowing 7 unanswered goals, the Hillers struck back in the fourth quarter. The Hillers tie the game with 3 straight goals. The game is tied at 12 apiece. With just over 9 minutes left in regulation, Algonquin broke the tie and went back up 13-12. The scoring stopped until just under 6 minutes left when Lucy Mado found some open space. Mado strikes, and we are knotted at 13 apiece. Algonquin found the net again at 2:32 left to go and went back up 14-13. Algonquin then struck with 46 seconds left and took a 2-goal lead. The Hillers weren't done. Off the face-off, Taylor Interante gets the ball and rushes up the field, and boom! She makes it a 15-14 game. Final seconds of the game. Algonquin is able to hang on to the possession, and for the 15-14 win, the Hiller girls fall to 1-6 on the season. Algonquin improves to 3-2. A tough loss for the Hillers, but a great effort by the young Hiller team. Two and 0 Hiller boys lacrosse battled 2-1 Westwood on Monday, April 8th. Wally Henneberry was on the call. It was a 8-8 game with 41 seconds left to go in the third quarter.
Right, he's going to try to get in deep. Defense pulls him out, pulls it back in. Looks for a cutter, got a guy in the middle, yes! And we've got a goal for the Hillers to go up 1 goal just before the end of the third period. Great pass, and a Cooper Goodman with the goal, his first goal of the game.
Hillers led 9-8 heading into the fourth quarter.
If I were Kyle Harvey picking that ball with the long pole, I would have shot that from back here. But it doesn't matter. The Wolverines get a goal anyway on a disjointed defensive play by the Hillers, trying to get back on D. Moving the ball around. O'Brien's got it. He's going to rip a shot. He scores! He scores to give the Hillers the lead with 2 minutes and 3 seconds to go. Big, big goal for Sam O'Brien. Minute to go in the game. Hillers are up by 1. Ball gets taken away by Burns. Scooped up by Westwood. He puts it in. What a turn of events.
The fourth quarter ended in a 10-10 tie, forcing overtime.
He makes his move. Here he comes. Makes a move. Goes right, left, fakes, right, goes left. Turns. Looking right. Shoots. He scores! Del Ponte from behind the net makes his move and wins the game for the Hillers in overtime. A spectacular game where the Hillers come out on top 11-10.
Logan Del Ponte nets the game-winning goal about 1 minute into the sudden death overtime, and the Hillers improve to 3-0 on the season. A tremendous win for the Hillers over Westwood. The Hillers snap a long losing streak over a tremendous Westwood lacrosse program. Following a loss in Medfield this past Thursday, the Hiller boys lacrosse team enters week 3 with a 3-1 record on the season. 1-1 Hiller baseball took on 1-1 Westwood Tuesday night. The game was tied at 4-7. 1 out in the top of the 8th with a man on base. Could the Hillers get out of it?
That hit him, and that'll bring in a run. Well, that is the last thing you wanted to do there if you were McCann. An automatic run there as Teixeira comes around from third to score. Harris up to third, Dayton to second, Chandler to first. And Hunter coming up to the plate for Westwood, but we're going to have a pitching change before that happens. Hillers have had a couple fielding mishaps this evening. And that is going to get away from the catcher. A wild pitch, another run scores.
Westwood plates a pair of runs and would end up taking the 6-4 win. Hiller baseball falls to 1-2. Also on Tuesday night, 2-0 Hiller softball battled 2-0 Westwood. It was a 2-2 game in the top of the fifth. The Wolverines came up with a plethora of runs in the top of the fifth. The 5-run top of the fifth would be all Westwood needed as they went on to take the win 12-6. Hiller softball, who will be on the road for their next 6 games, enters week 3 at 2-1 overall. Hiller boys and girls outdoor track and field were also in action against Westwood on Tuesday. Here's a look. A good battle on the track and field course. The Hiller boys and girls both got the wins. Boys won 107-29. The girls won 96-40. Both teams are now 2-0 on the season. Hiller girls lacrosse hosted Medfield this past Thursday. Medfield would prove to be too much for the young Hiller team as the Warriors took the win 20-2. The Hillers are 1-4 on the season. Hiller boys tennis got shutout wins over Ashland and Westwood this week. The team now stands at 4-0 overall. The Hiller girls tennis team lost a close one in Westwood by a final of 3-2. The girls team has 2 wins and 1 loss on the season. On Monday, April 1st, Hopkinton Hillers girls lacrosse hosted their home opener versus Holliston. Hopkinton looked to get into the win column after starting off the season with a road loss versus Norwood. It was a 6-6 game heading into the fourth quarter. Bella Tomeno and myself were on the call.
Actually fall, so Hopkinton's going to have to be able to defend that.
Bouvier closing in, takes it, makes it.
And essentially exactly what Holliston did on the other end, but this time it ends up resulting in a goal. Rachel Bouvier does her own little impression of the last possession of Holliston, weaving inside and gets it past gets past Langdon to maybe be the dagger with the clock ticking to almost under 4 minutes. 2 goals in 4 minutes.
Free shot here, and Bouvier puts it in.
And that's what Holliston's going to be chasing now, down 8-6 with 4 minutes to go. I mean, it has to happen. You got to get as many shots as possible now down the stretch, but just can't fall.
Oh, look at that. There you go.
And that one does fall, right?
Anderson Hastings makes it 8-7 with it. Over to Bouvier. Bouvier has it knocked out. It's going to stay with the Hillers.
You know, if you're Hopkinton, you want it in the stick of Bouvier, and she's been huge for them today.
Over to Mosier. 5 seconds left. Mosier gonna take it around. She has a lot of speed. Drops it, but that'll do it. Hillers hang on. They get the victory 8-7 and improve to 1-1 on the season.
Hillers get the late goal and take the 8-7 win. The following Wednesday, the Hillers fell short on the road in Bishop Feehan and currently stand at 1-2 heading into week 2 of the spring season. On Tuesday, April 2nd, Hiller baseball and softball were at home. Baseball lost to Norwood 2-0. Softball took the win 8-3. Unfortunately, HCAM was not at the game due to weather. Following a bad weather-riddled first week of the season, Hiller baseball is 0-1. Hiller softball stands at 1-0. We recently caught up with head coach Shannon Alberry and talked about the softball season so far. Hello, everybody. Tom Nappy here, and we are joined by head coach of Hopkinton Hillers varsity softball, Shannon Alberry. Shannon, how are you?
I'm all right, thanks. How are you?
Excellent.
All right.
Well, spring season has started. A bit of a slow start due to the crazy weather we've had, the sudden change back to winter. But it looks like finally we're going to get some spring weather and we can really get things going. But how's everything going so far, and how's the team looking?
So far, we're making the best of the weather that we have, and team's looking good. It's the first time in 3 years, I think, that we've actually had a returning upper class squad. So a number of girls that have been on the team for a while now. So we should be competitive this season.
Absolutely. And you got some great returning talent, such as Holly Paharik, who recently just had a nice little article in the Metro West Daily News as she made the, top 30 players to watch, I believe.
Yes, yeah, that's the one.
And she put up incredible numbers last year, and I'm sure we'll do the same this year. Tell us about your captains, Caroline Kane, Holly Paharik. I mean, it must be great to have that experienced leadership.
Yeah, so we have 3 captains. So Caroline Kane was also one of the basketball leaders this year too. So Caroline she's a calming presence for us. She leads by example. She always works hard to get better, makes every rep count. And so she's an extraordinary leader for our younger players that we have, and everybody looks up to her, including myself. Holly is just an all-around great athlete. I've said many times that if my own kids grow up, if my own daughters grow up to be like Holly, then I've done something right. So if they could be half of the kid that Holly is in terms of her work ethic, her commitment, her attitude, that's just she's a phenomenal human being and a phenomenal athlete. And our third captain this year is Ashley Callery, who also leads by example. She's someone that's really trustworthy and responsible, and looks out for everybody else on the team. And all 3 of them working together, they bring something really special to our field and to our team.
And there's a lot of new faces I see on the roster this season. Could you fill us in on any of the newcomers to the team?
Sure. So we were lucky to snipe from the baseball program Caroline Osman, who's making the transition to softball this year. So she'll be a first baseman and catcher for us. She's working on her baseball swing a little bit. It's a little different. So she'll be new with us this year. She should see a lot of field time. We've also got a 9th grade pitcher, Addie Walls. So she throws pretty hard. So we're working on her with control and confidence. And so she should be able to see quite a few innings this year too. So those are like our 2 big names that we've added for the program this year that we think they'll be really good additions for us.
That's terrific. And you had one game so far against Norwood, a nice win. Can you talk about how that game went?
Yeah, so really really even start for us. I think it was 0-0 after the first inning, and it was a 1-1 game for a while, and then we were able to break it open with our offense. We just kind of figured out their pitcher and was able to wait back and drive in some long runs. For that game, Charlotte Holden played a really big role for us there, and she went 3 for 4 with a triple. So she got a number of RBIs in that game too. So our offense was really able to get some runs in, and so I was really proud of them for that.
That's excellent. It looks like you had some good pitching that day too against that tough Norwood lineup.
Yeah, yeah. Norwood, they're always good competitors. So yeah.
Absolutely. Speaking of good competitors, you got some good competitors coming up this week. You got Ashland, Westwood, and Framingham. Can you talk about any of the opponents that you got coming up this week?
Well, today's going to be weird with the eclipse. So that's going to be something. So, but we always love playing against Ashland. They always have really great attitudes, and I think they've got a really young squad this year. So we'll look forward to playing against them. Tomorrow should be tough. We're going up against one of the league's best pitchers tomorrow in Bridget Mulkeen. So hopefully we'll be able to jump on early and score some runs and play the defense that we've been practicing. So that should be pretty good. And Framingham, they've got a new head coach this year, so they're under different leadership, but they didn't graduate much. They graduated some good talent, but they have a lot of talent coming back. So I think some of their pitching too. So that should be a really competitive game too there on Friday.
Absolutely. Should be a fun season to follow for sure. Very excited to get out there, cover some Hiller softball. It's looking like a great team this season. And I have to ask, who do you got in the big game, Purdue or UConn?
I'm going UConn. I'm sticking local here.
All right, coach. I'm UConn all the way as
That's
well.
right.
So
That's right.
hopefully the local team could take it home once again.
Yeah.
But all right, coach. Well,
Upset
we're
about
looking.
the women.
Yes. Who are you going for in
That's all
that
right.
game?
That game, I was going for UConn. UConn
Yeah.
against Iowa, but once Iowa took it, I knew South Carolina would win it all the way.
Yeah, I was going for
Yeah.
UConn, and then once they lost, I was
Yeah.
leaning towards Iowa.
Yeah. Yeah.
Caitlin Clark's story is just unbelievable. What a
Oh yeah.
tremendous athlete.
Yes.
But coach, we're looking forward to the season. Looking forward to seeing you at the games, and we'll catch up another time during the season, and we'll talk to you again soon.
All right. Thanks so much, Tom.
Also in week 1, Hiller boys lacrosse won a close game in Holliston by a final of 10-5. The Hiller boys followed up with a 7-6 road win versus Ashland and stand at 2-0 heading into week 2 of the spring season. Boys outdoor track and field picked up a win on Friday, April 5th. They defeated Medfield 86-50. The girls' outdoor track and field team also picked up a win over Medfield, 96-39. Josie Hopkins, Lauren Canty, and Emma Prisco won multiple events as Hiller boys and girls track and field teams both start the season in the win column. Buddy, Tom Nappy here, and we are joined by Hopkinton Hiller's boys varsity lacrosse head coach, Dan Norton. Dan, how are you?
Great, Tom. Thanks for having me on.
Absolutely. Well, we're at the start of another season, another what should be exciting season of Hiller sports and, of course, boys lacrosse. Last year, the boys lacrosse team had a playoff appearance. They lost in the first round. They finished 10-9 overall. Good season overall for the team. How's the team looking this year? I know you lost a few players to graduation, but how's everything looking this year so far?
It's been great. Yeah, practices have been fun. I think the past couple years we've kind of had a younger team and been building up to this point. We have a great group of seniors, great captains, and a great group of 7 seniors that are doing an awesome job with leadership and practice, and the few scrimmages that we've had. So really excited for this group and the direction that our seniors are taking us.
Absolutely. Can you talk about your captains this year and tell us a little bit about them?
Yeah, so we have 2 offensive captains, 2 defensive captains. Wyatt Iantosca and Jack Preventure are 2 deep holes. So they're doing a great job leading on the back end for us. They're carbon copy, two bigger kids, rangy, very athletic, great communicators on the field, and they lead a lot by example, in terms of in how they practice and the communication and bringing other guys along with them. And then the 2 guys we have on offense, we have Logan Del Ponte and John Sanda. Logan plays attack, and John is a midfielder for us. Again, 2 great leaders. Logan, is kind of our main offensive threat, and John is a blue collar, lunch pail, 2-way midi for us that doesn't get a lot of the credit, but just one of those quiet lead by example. Great job in between the boxes on the offensive and defensive end for us.
Absolutely. And you had some scrimmages recently, and obviously a couple weeks of practice. What are some of the things that you worked on in these early practices and what skills are you looking for this team to develop here in the early goings?
Yeah, just tightening up our fundamentals. I think the group we have is really eager to master those fundamentals, which I think that's why it's going to be a great group of kids. What we've been working on is we installed a new offense this year. So we have a couple new offensive sets and some plays and things like that. Defensively, things are pretty much the same for us, and we have a lot of those guys back. So most of our focus has been on the offensive end and the early goings here. And the scrimmages were great. We scrimmaged Needham, Chelmsford, and Bishop Feion. All great programs, and it was very, very positive for us. We obviously saw some stuff we got to do a lot better, but in those scrimmages too, we learned some things that we're really good at, and kind of push our focus to as we get into game week. Today we have Holliston at 4:00.
Yeah, you got Holliston and Ashland here in this first week. Can you tell us about any of the opponents you have this week, Holliston or Ashland?
Yeah, we're really excited. Today, just speaking of Holliston first, they're always a very athletic team. We had a couple, really competitive games last year, and over the years, they always present a lot of challenges with their overall athleticism. So we're really looking forward to that. And then, after tonight, we'll turn the page to Ashland, which, again, same thing. They've, their numbers have been improving the past few years. And last year, honestly, they took it to us in one of the games. We were lucky enough to kind of come back and come out with the, on the right side of the scoreboard. But, another program that, those kids get jacked up to play us, and our kids do too. And, 2 very athletic programs this week with great coaches, and Bill Graham and John Mulvaney. So really looking forward to it. But first things first with Holliston today. Very excited to get going. Got some good weather today. We'll enjoy it while it's here. It looks like the rest of the week is, got some rain or potentially even snow, but we're really excited to get going.
Yeah, those wild weeks at the beginning of April, you never know what you're going to get. I got to ask, do you have any goals for this team this season, or things that you would like to see this team accomplish?
Yeah, I think just, this group has done an awesome job of, just regaining the respect around the league, and, trying to get back to where we feel we belong in the league. And, it's going to be done one game at a time. And our goals are, more process related. But, just the way we've been practicing, the way they've been handling themselves in school and, with our youth program going down to help out, I'm a really proud coach of the characters that we have on this team. They're some really great kids. And, that's always our first and foremost goal. And then just to take it a day at a time.
All right, Coach. And I got to ask, who you got in the Final Four? Who do you think's going to take it in March Madness?
My bracket's busted. I had Tennessee. So I didn't want to, obviously UConn looks amazing, but I was, kind of went against the grain there and picked Tennessee. So they lost yesterday. that made me eat some extra ham yesterday. But yeah, Purdue looks really good. And I don't know if anybody's going to beat UConn though.
Yeah, I think UConn's going to take it again. It's been a fun tournament though. Should be a exciting finish. And Absolutely. And it should be an exciting season for you guys, Coach. Thanks so much for taking the time to chat with us, and we'll certainly catch up again soon.
Thank you so much, Tom. Thanks for all the coverage and all you do for the athletes in Hopkinton.
Hopkinton Hillers girls lacrosse battled Bellingham on Monday, April 22nd. It was a 6-3 Hiller lead heading into the second half.
Loose ball along the far side. Hiller's able to get to it as Mosier was there. Sent over by Bouvier. Goodman gets it over. Quebec out in front. Shot in. Rachel Bouvier strikes again. Okay, with it. Over to Mado. Mado looking to charge in. Takes it and got it. Another great goal there. Mado saw the opening. Takes advantage. The score comes exactly at 10 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Oh, batted down on the attempted pass. Mosier trying to pick it up, knocked loose. Hillers going to maintain, picked up by Lucy Mado. Mado gets it over, Bouvier. See Bellingham doubling up on Bouvier now when she gets towards the inside. There's a shot, and it's in! Avery, Quebec. What a shot there. Quebec just kind of stuck in. Was able to pop it in at 6:11 left to go in the third quarter. Out in front, and a nice feed and a great score. Abby Burke found Lucy Mado, and Mado finds the net. A little off the mark. Hiller is able to maintain. Out in front, Bouvier secures the hat trick. Well, the Hillers are having a good streak of face-off wins, and they're going to look to pile it on here. There's a shot. Lucy Mado nearly putting a hole in the back of the net with that one. Schuster with a free shot opportunity. Closes in, takes it, got it. Charlotte Schuster, the senior, makes it 13-6.
The Hillers net 7 goals in the third quarter and would end up taking the win 16-8. Hopkinton improved to 2-6. Bellingham fell to 1-6. On Tuesday, April 23rd, Hopkinton Hillers boys volleyball had their first meet in program history versus Attleboro. It was a back and forth battle the whole way through. The match went 5 sets, and the Hopkinton Hillers took the win in their first match in program history, 3-2. On Wednesday, April 24th, Hiller Boys Lacrosse hosted Norton. The Hillers struck early and often.
Del Ponte with it now. Sneaking around, takes it, makes it. Logan Del Ponte with authority.
Quick twitch shot there, gets the goalie on the strong side, just not able to get his stick up for the deflection. Hopkinton will strike first. It's 9:42 left to go in this first quarter.
Good thing puts it into play. Del Ponte rushing in and makes the shot. He has 2 goals already.
Little underhand shot there for him. Might have found the 5 hole there, a shine, and another goal here. 6:52 left to play, 2-0. Hopkinton leads it.
Moose.
Chase O'Donnell back into the game now as Norton gets possession, and very short possession there for him.
Yeah, Jack Ciccarello had the turnover, but Lancers can't hang on. Quick pass in front, and putting it in, the junior, Sam O'Brien.
Those are things you saw Hopkinton do in warm-ups, just how well-oiled of a team they were. Super crisp passes, great finishes, and they just seem to have a lot of chemistry, right? Like, they're in the right place at the right time, and, you know, they know where their teammates are going to be, and they find them right when they need to.
Gets it back to Walkowitz. Walkowitz gets it up, and here comes Richardson, or actually, correction, number 9, O'Brien, and it's going to be put in, and that time it is Champlin. He's able to gather it up along the far side, gets it up to Del Ponte. Del Ponte closing in, and he just ripped the back of the net off. What a shot that was.
Hopkinton took the win over Norton, 18-2. The Hillers improved to 7-1 on the season. On Friday, April 26, Hiller softball hosted Norton. It was a 1-0 Norton lead heading into the top of the second. Bella Tomeno on the call.
Gotten out there, but ball for Super Runners on first and second, 2 away, and the pitch is going to be lined into center field. Cutting it off is Arthur, shooting it, and cut off is going to be a little rocky. 2 runs will score after that line drive. Having trouble hitting her spot so far, but see if she can come back on the 2-0. And this one, almost identical to the last one's going to find that left field gap. Hitting the cut, trying to get an out at second. But they can't. Another run will score for the Lancers as it is now 4-0.
Norton plates 3 more runs and would end up taking the 5-0 victory. Norton improves to 8-1 overall. The Hillers fall to 6-4 on the season. Also on April 26th, Hiller baseball hosted Norton. Hillers got things going in the bottom of the first.
Certainly happy to have her aboard to help us out with our busy spring schedule, as this is going to be a hit. That'll drop into left field, and here comes a few runs for the Hillers. That's going to be a 2 RBI base hit. Dylan Ruff and Nick Pedroli both scoring. 2 RBI single. Good piece of hitting there by Petruni. Ryan Lang hoping to continue this Hiller rally. And he's going to get a piece of this one. 1 run is in to score. And that's going to be a nice RBI single for Lang. They get the scoreboard up and running now, which is always a big help. And he makes contact with this one, and that is going to drop in to right field. And another run will come around to score for the Hillers. And he gets a piece of this one over to center field. It's caught. Runner from third is going to tag and will score with ease. Sacrifice RBI fly out for Hatherley. But a great inning by the Hillers as they plate not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 runs. And they lead it 5-0 as we head to the top of the second.
They would end up taking the win 10-4. Hopkinton improved to 5-3 on the season. Norton falls to 2-7. HCAM Sports is supported by our viewers and by the Dentist at Hopkinton. The Dentist at Hopkinton provides services including comprehensive dental care, same-day crowns, facial aesthetics, periodontal care, cosmetic dentistry, and implant dentistry. The Dentist at Hopkinton is located at 77 Main Street and online at hopdent.com.
Hi, I'm Bruce Carlin, president of the Metro West Symphony Orchestra, playing here in Hopkinton. Glad you could join us for our rehearsal. Our concert is coming up on May 5th at the Hopkinton Middle School. We are going to feature Tom Martin from Boston Symphony and his wife, Kayun, playing a clarinet double concerto. For tickets and more information, visit our website.
Saturday morning cartoons are back. Every Saturday at 8 a.m., HCAM's Toon Time has an hour of classic cartoons, from Betty Boop to Superman to Popeye to Bugs Bunny and more. You'll see your old favorites and discover new ones. So tune in to Toon Time, Saturdays at 8, and start your weekend off with a laugh.